Hi guys, welcome to video 3 for section 4.2, day 1. We are last video here, so we're talking about arc length. So if I want to find the length of the arc that this angle makes in a circle of radius r, then the length of the intercepted arc s is given by s is equal to r times theta, where theta is measured in radians. So if this is my angle here, and so it's angle theta, and my circle is radius r, and I want to find my arc length, would be on the circle, this measure here, that's my s, and it's going to be the measured radius, the radius measure times the angle measure. So finding the length of the intercepted arc in each circle with the given central angle measure and radius round to the nearest tenth. So for A, we know S is R times theta. They gave us R measure of 5 centimeters times pi over 4 radians. So my arc length is going to be 5 pi over 4 centimeters. So remember, when we're talking about radians, that's actually not a unit measure. So if we're talking about the length of the arc, it's always going to be whatever measure they gave us here. So this one's going to be in centimeters. What would this one over here be in? Hopefully you said inches. All right, so for B, we've got S is equal to R theta. Be careful though, theta has to be measured in radians. What did they give us this time? They gave us degrees. So before we can find our arc length, we actually have to put our theta into radians. So 60 degrees, this goes back to video 1. I want to put it into radians, so I'm going to put the degrees on bottom. So 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. 60 goes into 183 times, so this would be pi over 3 radians. So that's actually the angle we have. So R would be 2 times pi over 3. That'd be 2 pi over 3. And we're talking about inches. So if they give it to you in radians, you're good to go. Just multiply these guys together. If they give it to you in degrees, first you have to put it into radians so that you can get rid of this degree sign. And then it's radians times inches, which would just be inches. Radians does not have a measure to it. It's not a length. All right, pause the video and then come back and see if you got A and B right for the U try. All right, hopefully you paused it and you're coming back. For A, they gave us the radians in our problem, so it's just 2 times 2 pi over 3, which would be 2 times 2 pi is 4 pi over 3, and we're talking about meters here. For B, they gave it to us in degrees, so we have to convert the degrees into radians first. All right. When we do our conversion, the degrees go away. I think 5 is the biggest that goes into both of these. 5 goes into 13 2 times with 3 left over, so that would be 27. And then 5 goes into 18 3 times, 3 left over, so that would be 36. Ooh, something goes into both 27 and 36, though. That would be 3. So this is going to be 9 over 12. And I can reduce it further, so clearly there is a bigger number than just 5. 3 goes into 9 and into 12, and we end up with 3 pi over 4 radians. All right, so my arc length is going to be my radius, which is 0.5, times 3 pi over 4. And what is 0.5? Hopefully you said that's 1/2, Miss Harris. So when I multiply this out, I get 3 pi over 8. And what are we talking about? We're talking about feet. And so that is arc length. If you're in the first period, I know this is a little bit of a struggle. This is all new stuff, and you're getting it in video format. We will answer questions tomorrow before we get started with the day 2 lesson.